Hi guys, this is Brittany from Imagine This, a music and art studio for both children and adults, and today we are going over pre-arts lesson. Pre-art is for ages 2 through 5, but anyone is free to join. And today we will be painting vases and flowers. Now how do you do that? That sounds like something from Alice in Wonderland. Well, I will show you with a surprise. So first thing we are going to provide for you is a lovely little vase that is paintable. And then we are going to provide you with a bundle of 10 flowers. They're kind of a papery fabric, which makes it perfect to paint them. And then you will need a cup of water, a paper plate or a palette, some paints. I'm using the primary colors, but you're free to use any colors that you like, some paintbrushes, a towel or paper towel to wipe off extra paint or water on, and then some markers, which are also a safer choice for coloring your flowers. Before we begin, I just want to say there are no mistakes and only happy accidents. So just have fun while creating these vases. And let's get started. So you can start off with either the vase or the flowers first. I'm going to start off with the vase. And so I'm going to grab my paintbrush. I have 2 different paintbrushes, but you can have just one or more. It's totally up to you. And I'm just going to get it a little bit wet. That way it takes better too with the paint. And you can paint it however you want. I'm going to dip into some red because red is my favorite color. I'm just going to start painting the outside of it. The inside has a very sleek material in it, so it's not going to adhere to paint or stick to paint as well. But the outside, you'll notice it dries very quickly and it handles paint very, very well. So just have fun. I think I might make this a little like the artist Picasso and make it silly with lots of splatters of paint. Just remember to use the butterfly bath, taking your brush and bringing it to the bottom of your cup, brushing it gently back and forth like a butterfly's wing, or taking it out and rubbing it off with a towel and then choosing your new color. I'm just going to quickly go through and paint all sorts of colors all over my vase. All right, and I think that's all. Now you don't have to necessarily paint this with a paintbrush either. I found actually that using my fingers to create flower patterns on it was really fun as well. So just have fun with all the materials that you have with you. So now that I have my vase all nice and done and it's all dry, I'm going to move on to my flowers. Now you should have a set of 10 that fit within your vase. You can choose to keep them white, but I'm going to add a little bit of fun to this. And as Alice said, paint the roses red. So I'm just going to, you can do this with paint or markers. I will do markers first. And what you're going to do is you're just going to take the marker and start coloring onto the fabric of the flower. And you can do random colors all over, or you can just consistently use one color. That creates a really fun and vibrant look to the flower that you probably haven't seen on flowers before. You'll see I painted this one side a very bright purple. So super fun, but now I can also paint the top or draw on the top as well. Just dragging it across my marker. We're going to show you all kinds of ways that you can play with these flowers because you will have 10 of them to create on, and we want to see all sorts of fun and beautiful flowers to go inside of your beautiful vase that you made. Just going to color this side. And if you're really careful, I bet you could probably draw tiny designs on the flowers if you want to get really complicated. But I'm just going to have fun and do big splotches of color on my flowers. All right, so here is one flower. All the nice purples, but you can still see some whites in there, so it creates a really cool kind of primrose effect. You can open it up, and if you want more color on the inside, just get in there with the marker and really scribble in the petals. But I like how this one looks, so I'll call this one done and put it inside of my vase. And this one, it's really nice because there's no dry time. Once you're done coloring, your flower is done. I'm going to show you a few painting methods as well. So I'm going to grab another flower What I can do is I can use a paintbrush to paint it, or I can just dip the flower straight into the paint and wipe off all the excess on a piece of paper or on the rag. But I'm going to hand paint this one. Now again, I love red, so I'm going to paint this one red. And it's almost the same technique that you would use with the marker. Just going along the petals, painting on them. I don't have to use one color. I might actually switch it up a bit. Maybe add some purples in there. Now I'm just using the primary colors, so how did I make purple? Does anyone remember the two colors that make purple? In case you forgot, it is blue and red. So if you just have the primaries, you can actually make a whole rainbow of colors. So don't get discouraged if you only have 3 colors, because 3 colors have a world of possibilities. I'm just going to get in there with my paintbrush. Maybe I'll make some green too. All right, and here I have a very colorful flower. Now, you can put it in your vase upright to let it dry, but I would recommend maybe even laying it down on a separate piece of paper or on a paper towel just so it doesn't stick to other flowers or drip onto your vase. So I'm just going to grab an extra piece of paper and lay down my flower to dry. Then I will show you the next method and the final method that we can use for decorating these flowers. So what you'll need is quite a bit of paint if you choose to do this method. I bet kids will have a lot of fun with this one, but basically you're just going to dip into the different paints with your flower. It creates much more of a splattered, very inky look to your flowers. But you'll notice there's also a lot of excess paint as well. So this is another good time to have an extra paper towel or a piece of paper. And basically what you're going to do is paint off the extra paint. So there's gobs of paint on here, so much. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to rub my flower onto the paper. And you'll notice I can create my own beautiful artwork on the page as well, while also helping the paints get into my flower. Rubbing that in there. This one's going to be a lot messier, but it's still going to be a beautiful flower. You got to press it down, help it get in the petals. All right, and there we have another flower. Now this one doesn't have nearly as much paint as the last one, but it still needs some dry time, so I'm going to set this aside. But other than that, there you have your vase and flowers. Now you will have 10 of them, so have fun experimenting and trying all different methods of painting your flowers, and we'd love to see your photos, and have a good day.